Welcome back to the Spoonie Files. This is Sandra, aka Kitty. I really hope that you'll be able to hear this music in the background because that is the crux of my message for today. I am having some really severe problems with my mouth and being able to talk. The nerves in my mouth are kind of all on fire, and so when I talk, the air goes over my teeth and drives me practically insane. It is like really awful. But I did want to post a message today, and the message for today, as a matter of fact, this is very distracting. Maybe you'll pull up the song and listen to it later. That is Walter Hawkins' Be Grateful. The message that I want to get across today, Spoonies, is about I guess controlling your mental environment. How about we title it that? And what I want to talk about is the impact of chaos on your health. The impact of drama. How about we put it that way? On your health. I need to make this video short, but I also need to make it a message that is relatable and that I hope that you receive. This may be the first of a series. As a matter of fact, it will probably end up being the first of a series because what I eventually want to get across is relatable tools that you can use in your everyday life in order to bring about the change that I hope to affect in you. It is a known fact, and I'm going to have time to do some research because I actually want to put really boring things like demographics and statistics in this message. But everybody can recognize the result of chaos and drama on your life. When there are upsetting situations around you, we have no choice but to get upset. I personally don't watch the news because the daily news makes me very, very upset. And I already know how that will impact me. And so I personally, in my own personal life, try to avoid drama and chaos as much as I possibly can. I've done everything in my power to rid my life of toxic people that bring about drama. And the message that I want to pass across to you is to, in as much as you can, try to do that too. Have you ever noticed how some things just make you feel good? You know, sunshine, butterflies, puppy dogs. And some things just make you angry. You know, people arguing and fighting. There are some things that obviously make you angry. What I want to talk about is the very small things that are not so obvious, that have the ability to affect your mood and in turn affect your health. And especially as Spoonies, this is severely important. If your doctor hasn't made it a point to tell you, I am going to make it a point to tell you that as much as possible, you need to have a stress-free life. It is very, very important because stress brings about depression, which brings about pain, which is cyclical. The more pain we're in, the more depressed we become, and the more depressed we become, the more pain we're in. It is a vicious cycle, and what I hope to try to do is convince you to break that cycle. What I want to talk about is the not so obvious mood alterers that we have in our daily life, and one of them, I am so sorry to say, is social media. Yeah. At the end of this series, I'm going to try to convince us to do a media fast. Maybe not a total media fast, but there's so much negativity that we come across in our daily life. And specifically what I'm talking about is Insta beef, Twitter beefing, tweefing, you know, all of these things. But also, on a smaller scale, all of those depressing messages that you come across that other people post. What I'd like for us to try is an exercise in seeing if we fast ourselves from certain types of negative media how will that impact our frame of mind and therefore our our bodies and how we feel. I can tell you that I have definitely noticed a very positive impact since I decided that my life was going to be drama-free. I don't deal with people that, all they have to say is negative things. If you don't want to sit around in the room with someone who only has negative things to say when you're talking to them, every time you talk to them is, girl, I can't pay my bills. Girl, this man is cheating on me. Girl, he hitting on me and I can't leave. And girl, my job. And they just, so, if those types of conversations, if you know that those types of conversations can bring you down, why would you intentionally subject yourself to reading that type of thing? So even though I know this message is probably going to bring a lot of negative feedback, I hope that when you sit down and think about what I said, you'll realize that I'm only trying to affect a positive change in your life, and you won't, receive this message so harshly. I'm hoping that you'll receive this message so that by the time we get around to next Monday, you'll have an open mind to what it is that I'm trying to say. Now my teeth are starting to hurt, and so I'm going to cut this message short, but I want you to think about it over the next 7 days. Think about what I'm saying. Think about how negative conversations and how, seeing awful stuff on the news and then posting people's getting their head chopped off and how that affects your life. Have you ever had a day when it was so stressful at work that you got home and you didn't have a loving thing to say to your children, and you didn't have, pats on the head and a treat for your dog? You just wanted to kick everybody and no, I don't want to have sex and don't touch me. And it's because all of that stress that piled up in the day and you brought it home. So I want you to consciously look at the things that, all those small things that you don't notice that are giving you that same type of effect. I want you to take a conscious look around your life, and we are going to try to intentionally get rid of as much of that as we possibly can. We're going to do it on purpose. There are going to be those people who were meant to be in your life for a season who you're going to have to let go. And I'm going to need you to be open to doing that. So that is my message for today. And I'm going to give you 7 whole days to receive it. And then get ready for the hard work next week. So until next time, love, peace, and hair grease, Spoonies. Ciao.